Welcome to Wonder Wave. Today we're diving deep into the ancient roots of something we hear about all the time, the zodiac signs. Where did they come from? How did these constellations shape human history? And why do they still hold such influence today? Let's uncover the mysteries of the zodiac's origins. To understand the origins of the zodiac signs, we first need to travel back to ancient Mesopotamia, over 4,000 years ago. This region, known today as Iraq, is where the earliest records of the zodiac appear. These ancient civilizations were fascinated by the night sky, and they saw patterns in the stars that they believed held divine messages. They associated these star clusters or constellations with stories of gods, heroes, and animals. The word zodiac itself comes from the Greek word zodiakos, which means circle of animals, and it refers to the belt of constellations that the sun, moon, and planets appear to move through. This celestial belt became the foundation for astrological signs, and it was the Babylonians who first organized the stars into 12 distinct groups. The Babylonians were master sky watchers. Around 1500 BCE, they divided the sky into 12 equal sections, which became the basis for the zodiac as we know it. Each section represented a constellation, and each constellation corresponded to a particular time of the year. This division was crucial for their calendar, which was based on the lunar cycle. But here's the interesting part. The Babylonians originally had 13 constellations in their zodiac. However, because they followed a 12-month lunar calendar, they chose to leave one out, ensuring that each sign would fit neatly into their system. This is why Ophiuchus, the so-called 13th zodiac sign, often comes up in modern discussions. Each Babylonian zodiac sign was tied to specific characteristics or events that reflected the natural world at that time of the year. For example, the constellation we now know as Aries, which appears in the spring, symbolized the beginning of a new agricultural cycle and renewal of life. From Babylon, the zodiac made its way to ancient Greece, where it underwent significant transformation. The Greeks were deeply influenced by the Babylonians but added their own philosophical and mythological spin. By 500 BCE, the zodiac was a well-established part of Greek astronomy. The Greek philosopher Ptolemy, in his work Tetrabiblos, laid the foundations for much of what we now consider modern astrology. He assigned each of the 12 signs to a specific 30-degree segment of the sky, making the system more mathematically precise. The Greeks also assigned each zodiac sign to one of the four elements: fire, earth, air, and water. This concept, combined with the movements of the planets, became central to the astrology we know today. The zodiac signs were not just constellations, but were seen as representations of human personality traits and destiny. Next, the Romans adopted the zodiac from the Greeks. As with many aspects of Greek culture, they took these ideas and spread them across their vast empire. The names we use for the zodiac signs today come from Latin, the language of ancient Rome. So, for example, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, these are all Latin terms. The Roman version of the zodiac became closely associated with the gods of their pantheon. Jupiter, Mars, Venus, and the other gods were linked to the planets and stars, adding another layer of meaning to each zodiac sign. The Romans also used the zodiac to make predictions about everything from the success of their military campaigns to the fate of emperors. Although the zodiac we commonly use today is Western, it's important to note that similar systems of star-based divination existed around the world. In China, for example, there's a zodiac system based on 12 animals, each representing a year in a 12-year cycle. The Chinese zodiac is more closely tied to the lunar calendar and is deeply rooted in Chinese mythology and philosophy. In India, Vedic astrology, also known as Jyotisha, has its own version of the zodiac, which shares many similarities with the Western system but is based on different calculations. The Vedic system is more closely linked to spiritual development and karma. Even the ancient Egyptians had their own set of constellations, some of which influenced the Greek zodiac system. During the Middle Ages, astrology flourished in Europe. Scholars and astrologers believed that the positions of the stars could reveal divine will. It wasn't just used for personal horoscopes. Rulers and kings employed astrologers to guide political decisions. Astrological charts were consulted before battles, marriages, and other important events. As science began to advance, however, astrology and astronomy started to drift apart. By the 17th century, with the rise of the scientific method, astrology was increasingly seen as a pseudoscience. Yet, despite this shift, the Zodiac remained popular among the general public, particularly for its entertainment value. In modern times, the Zodiac has experienced a revival, especially with the rise of horoscopes in newspapers and online media. Many people today still turn to their zodiac signs to understand themselves better or to find guidance in their personal lives. So, why does the zodiac remain so powerful today? Perhaps it's because the stars connect us to something ancient, something bigger than ourselves. While the science behind astrology may not be solid, its cultural and historical significance is undeniable. From ancient Babylon to modern social media, the zodiac has evolved and adapted, always offering a glimpse into the mysteries of the universe. Thank you for joining us on Wonder Wave. If you enjoyed this journey into the stars, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another cosmic adventure. See you next time.